This video is brought to you by Sunco Transportation. Now hiring Super B wood chip, Super B flat deck Class 1 drivers in BC's Lower Mainland, the Okanagan, and the Kootenays. To apply, go to sunco.ca, use promo code QUADFAN, let them know I sent you, and get an extra $100 on your first payday. Plus, make sure you use my name as a reference when you apply for the job. That way, if I get any referral bonuses, I'll split them with you guys. I'm not greedy. I just need a little extra money. If I get extra money, you get extra money. I think that's only fair. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is 10:32 a.m. Happy Friday. Some changes of plans. Minus 17.5. Brilliant dam here. We're on Highway 3A headed southbound into Castlegar. Well, might as well just get that out of the way.
I choose those.
My manager called and said, hey, you're going to have a load from Castlegar Mass Timber to Squamish. Load it today morning, which is a Thursday, by the way, for me, and deliver on Wednesday, because Christmas time I will have 4 days off. Like, sweet! I'm going to call family, make plans, thank you. A couple hours later, my supervisor sent a dispatch that was completely different than that. Pick up load at Castlegar Lumber, not Mass Timber, and deliver in Ashcroft on Friday. I'm like, wait a minute now. I already called family and I've started making plans. This don't work for me. So I called. And I go, wait a minute. Your boss called me and said these are the days I have off. You've changed my load. But I can't deliver this. I've already made plans. If you had told me this from the get-go, I would have done it, no problem. But now I've made plans. This was the reason why I asked. And I got an answer from your boss, my manager. So we're not going to make those changes. We did make a little bit of changes, but so we are heading home. We are going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, but we're going to have to deliver this load in Ashcroft on Tuesday morning, which means we have to drive on Monday. Plans on Monday was to meet family in Kamloops. This load goes past Kamloops, so we're going to leave Monday first thing in the morning with this load, head to Kamloops, park at the truck stop, and scale is open, and then get a ride from family up to their place or whatever we decide to do, and then jump back in the truck in the evening and head for Ashcroft. Everything still works. A couple hours later, my manager called and goes, I see so-and-so has changed plans on us. I'm like, yeah. Well, Jess actually took the call. She's like, but Quan convinced them that he's not going to deliver till Tuesday. And my manager just goes, and if you don't want to deliver till Wednesday, that's okay too. Basically, we changed the plans on you. Don't worry about it if you can't make it work. I'm like, nope, actually this isn't our favor. We're now using Sutco Field to go visit family instead of our own field.
Yep.
So this works for me. Like, I'm working a little bit earlier than I planned, an extra day, but whatever. I still get sort of a 4-day weekend. It's 3 and a bit days.
It wasn't just the delivering Friday thing. It was also, reload
In Kelowna on Friday.
and then deliver Tuesday over here in the Kootenays.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, then you have to drive on Monday.
Basically, I would then get 2-day weekend instead.
Yeah, but then that screws off Monday. That one wanted to work to go to Kamloops for family. So
It just doesn't work for me. It would have if you had told me that was the plan originally, and then I would have made it work with family. Otherwise, we would have seen less family, but we would have made it work. But manager was super cool about it. Just called me and goes, "Hey, I see plans have changed. If you don't want to deliver that load till Wednesday, we're perfectly okay with that." I'm like, "Thank you, appreciate that." Woo wee! I do have engine brakes on, and that was a mistake.
But CBSE is just watching people on the corner being like, entertainment for the day.
Entertainment for the day. My GPS is going bing, 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 bing. I don't know what you're doing. You're not following my routing. Oh, for crying out loud, GPS. It's just chill. No chill in that GPS. Oh, come on. Hey, let's see how heavy we are. $5,530. 16,460. 22 something. 16,460. So we're 600 light there. 22 something. So we're probably 1,800, 1,900 light on the back.
I was 22,300.
2,300, so it would be 1,700 light on the back and 600 light on the front, 700 light in the front, something like that.
It kind of goes so
close
fast.
to a max weight load. I didn't pay attention to the little color lights that tell us to stop or not, so hopefully it didn't turn right on us. I was just looking at the numbers. Coming from that side?
I can't see out my window. It's frosted over right now.
Nope, there's someone coming. Come on, baby. You can do this. I'll get out of the way of that car coming. Come on. Spinning my tires and saying, "Come on, come on."
Well, hopefully Pulse is good. But Bobby yesterday was crazy.
Look at the black lines on the road.
Yeah, we know where he comes out of. At least I know where that truck starts.
This truck? Are these black lines?
Yeah.
Where did those start?
We had that turnoff right there after the scale.
Oh, okay.
That's where they start at.
Today morning, we were sleeping at the rest area. I got up in the morning and I saw this Coca-Cola truck drive by. And I'm like, that's weird. That didn't sound like chains, but it's grinding like chains. I'm like, there's sparks coming from the rear of that trailer. Is there a chain stuck in there? Like, what's going on there? Didn't occur to me what it was until we went down the highway and saw a Coca-Cola truck pulled over on the shoulder with rims that were burned through. Basically, his axle locked up. They do that in the winter. I learned that my very first winter. The first thing you do when you start driving in winter is do a little loop left and a little loop right. Make sure all your tires are turning on your trailers. So they freeze up. If the brakes freeze up, the air brakes, if a little water gets in them, they freeze up and then they won't release. And you won't feel if there's one axle that's locked up. You won't know that in your truck. You just keep driving until all of a sudden you see sparks behind you.
So sometimes you'll see tires with markers. I don't know how to explain, like dingly.
The little yellow ribbons sticking out of the rims.
Yeah.
Those are so you can see if the tires are rotating.
Yeah.
What are you doing stopping on the road like that there?
She probably wants to take that exit. I don't know.
It makes no sense.
Some drivers, I think, do chalk or something.
Yeah. I usually walk around the truck and just with my boot make a line in the rubber and then pull a little forward and then see if they move. Or if it's daylight, I will just do a little snake in the yard and just look in the mirror and see if all tires are rotating. All right. If I'm going to spin out, it's a fairly heavy load. Heaviest load I've hauled over this. should have hit the throttle there, person. Should have just hit the throttle, got in front of me. If I'm gonna spin out, today's the day. Today is a higher chance of spinning out. Chain-up lights were not on according to the app. Lines look pretty shiny there.
Yeah, coming over Bobby yesterday was scary.
It was very slippery.
Yeah.
I was very cautious coming down the hill. Let's find this soft snow here on the shoulder. I can feel a little digging. Losing momentum. Only downshifting. There will be no upshifting on this. That will not be a thing. I'm going to go over here. I know there's a car coming behind us, but I want this traction here. Past me on the right hand side. Just more traction here right now. Oh, they're turning off there. Now it looks like there's more traction on the other lane, so we're going to go over there. As long as we don't run anyone over, it'll see behind us. Let's go here. We're going to go where the traction is. If it's a slippery road like this, be careful. Trucks might be doing that in front of you. Making quick changes because we'd rather not be stuck on the highway, not moving forward. Alright, this is where I need to upshift, but we're going to wait a bit. Let's get a little bit straighter here. In traction. Right now that's still compact snow. Once we get a bit of fluffy snow there, I will upshift. It's not worth upshifting until you're pretty darn sure that you won't spin out doing so. Okay, this here looks a little grippier, softer snow. Let's do an upshift. To be super careful with upshifts. That's what's going to spin you out most of the time. Well, I think we've made it past the steepest section here where most trucks usually spin out. At the top there's a steeper section where you also have a good chance of spinning out. But for now we're good until we're close to the top. In the snow you can see all the tracks of chains. A lot of guys have chained up. Pretty cool seeing all the steam coming up. Okay, keeping this grip, another upshift. It's getting less and less steep here. Yeah, a little spinning of tires there, but we got away with it. Got away with it. It's a little sketchy. Pushing our limits here. After this corner, I'll go back to automatic mode and let the truck do it because it's less chance of spinning out for the next while. So we're good. We're good for now. truck spun out right over here
Mm-hmm.
by the marks on the ground. And another one over here. Alright, automatic, you take over. Yeah, the Coquihalla was closed from 4 p.m. yesterday till today morning.
Yeah, 4 p.m. to 7 a.m.
7 a.m. 4 p.m. to 7 a.m.
They just had such high winds that the sanding and salting won't stay on the ground, and they had accidents from it, so they're like, no, we're closing it.
Closure is an option after all.
Yeah, that's huge to close that highway for that long. But of course, that closed Highway 3 because everybody else went and had accidents on Highway 3.
Because everybody went that way, yeah.
Yep.
Man, we haven't had a heavy load like this in a long time. Canadian max
Yeah.
weight load. It's not max, but close to max weight load. Basically about 2,000 kilograms light overall. And luckily my drives are heavier than my rear of the trailer. Well, that's not true. My drives are lighter than the rear of the trailer, but I'm closer to the limit on the drives. So,
You figured something else out yesterday.
what?
You know, the switch in the back.
Oh, right, the bunkie. Jess couldn't sleep. Well, she slept a lot better last night,
Not the best, because I still have a headache that's hard to get
but
rid
not
of.
due to overheating.
Yeah, it's more like a migraine at the moment, but yeah.
I was in the back looking at the bunk heat. I'm like, we've never used that bunk heat as a bunk heat because we use the battery APU version of it, right? We never used this one before. So I was looking at all the buttons and stuff, and I'm like, oh, look, there's a button here that says max heat. We don't want max heat. We want to be able to control our temperature, so it was set to maximum heat all the time.
Which makes sense. It totally makes sense.
On the night that it was really cold, we were fine. But on the next night, it was a little warmer temperature. We were boiling, and especially with the engine doing a regen, it was giving maximum heat to the back. So, yeah, turned that button off, and then last night was nice and cool.
It was a lot better, but yeah. I just need to go home and then I can fix my headache.
Yeah. So are you coming with next week?
Well, I have to if we're going to go see family.
Oh yeah, shoot, you have
Yeah.
to. Well, luckily we figured out the bunkie thing. See, I can force her to come with.
No, I'm choosing to go see family. It's your family. I could easily be like, nah, I don't want to see your family.
You get along with my
I
family.
do.
I get along with your family. Okay, there's caveats to both sides.
Yep. There's an elephant in the room for some of them.
We both like the same family. And if any of my family is listening, you know who you are. Why? You keep looking at me. What? 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 What?
I'm trying to find something now to say. So I'm just looking at you. Hopefully we get a good parking spot driving too early.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah. There's parking will be an issue. I have a feeling our nemesis is going to be parked there already.
I don't think so. I think he has to work tomorrow probably.
We'll see. We'll see. One of us is going to be upset or disappointed in parking.
Because Friday you can't park there. It'll be open. So
Maybe. We could ask them.
yeah, but then we'll buy a care or not.
Who cares? If they're closed, I'm parking there.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be like minus 26 still the wind chill that one.
Yeah.
So we'll have to find the shortest route home to get the pickup. To come get everything.
I'll just walk home and then get the pickup. You can stay in here while the truck idles.
Could do that. Unless we can't park where we have to park and then we change. That's why
Then I have to drop you off near home and you have to get the pickup.
Yeah. It's just a little too chilly to want to walk long distance at night.
Uh-huh. We got up to 73 kilometers there. Speed limit's 100. Rolling a staff this weekend. It's a heavy load. Rotating promising. If it's like this further up, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Couldn't see who the tow truck company was. It was the right truck, but I couldn't read the name.
I was looking at the name of the semi. I said, well, that must be from your jacket.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This truck is so dirty inside. You can't keep it clean. You're outside in the snow and the muck. It's like every time I bring my jacket back in or my boots back in, the truck is getting dirty. So dirty. nice thing about it staying cold like this, all of my straps, they're all frozen, but they're frozen in a gelled way that they're flexible, right? If they thawed out and refroze, then I'd be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I couldn't even unroll the straps at that point. But because it's staying cold, it's okay if they're all wet, frozen, iced up, because they're flexible ice now. They roll up just fine.
I wonder if you kept like a extension cord with a hair dryer in here, if it would come in handy. Or something like that.
I would like a way of heating the jockey box in the back.
Yeah, someone mentioned like a heating bulb or something. And I don't know how you would wire that, but
Yeah, some kind of heating element back there. Keep the box, a little bit of heat in there. But right now I wouldn't want it on. It's just when they freeze up, then I would want to turn it on. If everything thaws out, well then in this case we need to dry them out.
I just remember that one time they froze down your loop. You couldn't undo the.
They had to bring out a big tiger torch to thaw out my straps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took two load bars and clicked them into each other, and bent one of the load bars and could not get them undone. That's how frozen they were.
I clearly remember that. That was.
You're bending a load bar.
Yeah.
Those things are solid metal. You can bend those. You know it's frozen up.
That's the major downside of going somewhere where there's warmer temperatures than going to very cold temperature.
Yeah. Fluctuating back and forth sucks. Once it's cold, please stay cold.
Yeah.
So, as much as it has delayed us and kind of sucky parts, still, it's good that it stayed cold.
It's gonna warm up this weekend.
Staying cold also flakes off the snow slowly, and you don't get black ice on the roads. In places like on the Okanagan, like earlier in the week, where everybody was spinning in this compact snow and got warm enough just to glaze over the top with all the traffic, that sucks.
But yeah, it's gonna warm up. Like we're gonna go into the plus temperatures. It's gonna start to rain. It's gonna be crazy.
It's not gonna be fun.
No. But I think it's still gonna be cold enough at night to freeze. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. See.
I see some black lines over here too on the road. Another person had locked up the brakes. But they were probably dragging in the snow and probably didn't affect them until they hit the pavement and the tires blow out. And you just see the two black lines.
Yeah.
That means the tires already blew out, and it's just the edges and the beads are burning on there. A little further down the road, we should see that rubber have burned away, and then scratch marks from rims. Yep, both tires. Two tires. Black lines do not stay on the road very long. That rubber actually wears off pretty quick, so black lines only last maybe a week or two before they come off. So on a heavy traffic road, black lines don't last long. So whenever you see black lines on a busy road, you know that happened recently. beautiful up here. Absolutely beautiful. The Paulson does always have that beautiful, because it gets so much snow. It's just absolutely beautiful up here. All the trees just hanging down with snow. Still seeing a bit of black lines here and there, so still dragging. I wonder how far you go before you notice. I know when I did it, I didn't go very far before I noticed it.
If it goes farther than the brake check, we know there's an issue.
If it goes further than the brake check, the dude didn't actually get out of the truck and look. Hang on now, I might be seeing some on the right hand side and the left hand side. I saw a little hint on the left hand side. Not sure if that's related or unrelated to the same truck. You can see it cut into the ice a little bit there. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's the right hand lane there.
It's very visible right now to us, so.
Not really black lines, but gray lines. It kind of went over onto the shoulder there. Never mind, it's back over here again. Maybe he noticed and was veering left and right to see. Still going here. Forward flashers off. See, there's a little bit more weaving going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like he's looking in the mirror. What is that back there? Why are there sparks flying from my trailer? See him there slightly. Hey, we're up to speed. Van. Okay. Good thing you stopped. They started going and then stopped. Right. Don't see rubber anymore. Wonder if he pulled over at that intersection there. No, I don't see anything anymore. Bet you he pulled over at that intersection. There's a big pullout over there, so. What are you looking forward to?
Nice hot cup of tea or coffee.
Hot cocoa, please.
I can make it. We have it in the truck. I just don't feel like making it in the truck. Or should I say, I don't feel like trying to drink it with the truck. While driving, not liquid, yeah. Snow makes me want to go snowshoeing, but then I look at the temperature and I say no thanks. Minus 20.
Minus 20 now, yeah. Beautiful blue sky, though.
Well, that's why it's so cold. There's no clouds.
Yeah. Okay, need a little more steering than normal. I do have all my lockers up, so that helps to reduce steering.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
I'm not undoing the lockers until we get to the top. You can't beat beautiful trees like this. It's just, Kootenai Pass and Paulson, I always find they're the most beautiful with snow-packed trees like this. Well, if the lights were flashing, I don't know if I'd be able to see them. The snow is covering the lights.
Just thinking we need to figure out the quadcopter app. It'd be beautiful to stop it.
Yeah,
Do this.
you go ahead. I'm done with it. So done with it. It's been a while, so maybe if we updated it, it might work. But
Maybe.
forward flashes back on. Next couple of corners here are high frequency of spinouts.
That's all you guys are here now.
Click, click, click. Jess is taking photos.
Just the way the sun shines on it like that. It's really cool.
See the tracks of rigs there that have spun out.
Oh, yeah.
Looking for grip. Yeah, you can see the tracks that somebody worked very hard over here. quite slippery. Will we make it all the way to the top? Just find the grip, find the grip. This is 2 lanes up and the car's following us. Can pass here. There you go. We've made it to the summit. There's one more little climb coming, but the summit is here.
It looks like clouds up ahead.
1,535 meter. Not a super high summit compared to some of the passes in the US, but it sure is a wintry summit. Lots of accents on these corners, so you gotta take these easy. It's easy to overshoot these corners. End up on the other side down the cliff. I think they should put no post all the way along on both sides.
Yeah. Thankfully it kind of levels out down there. It doesn't go down.
But every year somebody drives down that cliff. Every year. She's classy. All right, we'll pull into the brake check and then call it a day. That was a beautiful drive up. I quite enjoyed that. It certainly gave me a good technical challenge of making sure I grab the right gears at the right time to make sure it's close to the limits there. Close to our limits. Looking at the tracks, a lot of guys are chaining up. I'm guessing it's all the Super Bs that are just going, nope, just going to chain up. It's probably the right call to make if you're hauling 2 trailers instead of 1. And it would be kind of cool to have like heated gear, boots, pants, jacket, helmet, gloves, everything heated, and then running around in this stuff with snowmobiles.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be extremely expensive, but it sure would be fun. Well, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate all the support you guys have shown us over the past years. Big welcome to all the new subscribers. We will see you guys on Monday. Hopefully you guys have an awesome weekend. I know we will try.
We will.
You guys rock.
Adios.